it's the end of those days, and I can honestly say that I've tried it all, but you're the only thing that can make me feel this way.
All right, there you go. We're live from Nash Talk, and this is the first interview I've done in actually quite a while. And the summer's gone, officially over, right? And there's a couple of gentlemen here that are joining me. One who's a good friend of mine who's off screen right now, and we're actually at his lair. It's the Gare Bear lair. Yeah, there you go. The Gare Bear lair, the House of Gareness. So he's got all these AKAs and stuff like that. We're in Louisville, right smack dab in Louisville, not outside of Louisville, right inside Louisville. And that's about 150 miles north of the city. I just left Nashville. I was with some amazing people, some amazing artists, incredible talent. And just see it was just such a great vibe. I love going back and forth there. And right now I am with Central Kentucky's rising voice, Mr. Dylan West. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. How you doing?
Give me some, man. All right, good to meet you too. I love your tats. Look at all the ink you got on, man. What's going on? I was just listening to these guys, and let me switch over to comment just so I can see. Oh, this is what I like to see here. Okay, cool. We already got a first comment. Yeah. Anyway, so we are with this gentleman right here, and Gary over there told me all about this young man, and I was just listening to him for like the last hour or so, jamming away. They've got a big show coming up this weekend. Just as the summer ends, the fall begins, and they're at full speed, full strength. I like it. You guys ready to rock and roll? I heard you. They were doing everything. They were doing John Cougar. I thought, it was funny because they were playing tracks, not every time, but once in a while. And I thought, wow, man, it's pretty good. They're playing John Cougar pretty loud down there. And Hurt So Good, classic rock. And next thing you know, they played the original track. You did a great job, man.
Thanks,
you
man.
covered it really good. I thought it was like, no, that was a Memorex. That's an old joke. And before your time.
Is it live or
is it Memorex? Little cassette tapes, kids. Not MP3. So before that, we actually have to go buy this crap. You're so lucky. Anyway, so I'm sitting in the kitchen of the lair, and we decided, let's have a little interview at Nash Talk. And should we call this Lash Talk? Because we're in Louisville.
Lou Talk.
Yeah, Lou Talk. There you go. Lou. So anyway, by the way, let's do a little toast, you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Come on in there, man. Garrett made a special concoction. All right. Can we see you okay? Are you getting blurred out? I think you did. Oh, yeah. He moved away. So,
yeah.
You got to get closer. You're
there we go.
looking. I'm not. Let's get out. I'm old. In fact, look at my hair. I had the windows down when I was driving because the weather is changing. It was like usually around this time when you go to Nashville, Louisville, it's humid, it's muggy, it's about 95 degrees. And man, the weather just dropped. And I was going through rain and sun and rain and sun. So I didn't even prep myself. I don't even care. This guy right here. Okay, let's get started with that. So number one, when did you get started?
Oh man, I started playing guitar. Well, my first instrument was drums. Actually, I played the drums. Got real serious about the drums for about 3 years there, and then. But my dad was a really good guitar player, man, and played in bluegrass bands, rock bands, country bands. I was always around it when I was a kid. So I fell in love with the guitar when I was about 11 or 12 and stuff. And I was an athlete in school, so I didn't really take it too serious, until I turned about 17, 18, and then that's when I started picking it up and really I was able to understand music more and what how it works and what certain things meant, and that's when I started taking it serious and really applying myself to it and spending time with it.
Wow. Yeah. Because I was listening to you a little bit, and I know that you did a lot of covers, and I heard Alice in Chains, and I just added them to my playlist the other day. So, and I'm going, wow, that was such a great catalog of music. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wow, what are you guys doing down there? Yeah. And then I heard you guys doing some originals. Yeah. And then you had a little bit of R&B and jazz kind of texture in there. Yeah. It was all over the place.
We tried to play a little bit of everything.
Yeah. It was exactly. It was like a little roller coaster.
I usually tell people when they come watch us or whatever, I'm like, look, at some point, you're going to hear something. Anybody there, it could be from any demographic or whatever. It doesn't matter. They're going to hear something they like at some point. They're not, it doesn't matter what it may not be at the very beginning. It may not be the end, somewhere in the middle or whatever, but they're going to hear something they like eventually,
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I'm very particular about music. I love all genres of music, pretty much all of them. But when, like, as being a DJ that worked with radio and clubs and everything like that, and even private parties, you have to pick the best of the best song, even if that artist has 1 hit or 200 hits, like the Beatles. You can't play, and you can't just go, I'll pick this Beatles song. No,
Right.
No, you get like 1 or 2 good ones that you can play.
Yeah.
And you were doing that down there. I was like, one thing after another, I was like, wow, this is really cool. I just opened up. Not, I'm not going in any particular order because we're gonna talk about everything. Trust me, we're gonna get to it all.
Oh yeah.
And I know it's Tuesday night. A lot of people are probably worn out. People are probably tired. We're a little later in the night. So, but I had to get you because I'm on my way back.
Right.
And, this is a good opportunity.
Absolutely.
I could do it remote, but I like it. I
appreciate it, man.
I love being right next to you, and I got to hear you firsthand. It wasn't like, hey, you got to go check him out. I got to hear it.
Yeah, yeah.
And he had this big rack of pedals down. I was like Prince,
Yeah.
right? It was like a rainbow. He had like 3. How many rows did you have?
Yeah, I'm a pedal nerd, man. I love that kind of stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Well, like I said, with all the different music we play, with it spanning such a wide range of music, I have to have, a whole lot of different tones, and be able to play, this, country 1 minute and then go right into maybe some heavy stuff next, and then, like you said, then just R&B or whatever, So
Yeah, it's crazy.
I gotta have. It's a necessity for me. I enjoy it, and plus I like tinkering with it and all that kind of stuff too.
It looks like it was a customized thing.
Well, yeah, I mean,
was that Velcro on there or something?
well, yeah, that's how most pedal boards do work, but
Yeah.
some they got the big 4 units and stuff. A lot of people are using now, where it's just like one big unit, like one big digital thing. But
Right.
I still try to keep it a little old school. Mix a little bit both in there. But I built it. Yeah, I built that pedal board myself. But yeah.
Well, there's 2 things about it that I like. Is the one is for Dylan in his age, the band, we can do a big selection of music. Like when we get way out in the sticks outside of Louisville in our country, deep country, we can do some super, super old school, old, the good stuff, what country was founded on.
Mhm.
He has that repertoire all the way to the new stuff,
Mhm.
and then the R&B and all the other stuff. So, and then keeping the band a 3-piece is another thing that's cool. He's got, between all 3 of us, we fill in the sound pretty big for a 3-piece
Mhm.
band, which is big kudos to him and our bass player too, because they really fill in the sound in it, and it's really working for us right now. So that's a good thing, for a lot of reasons. But
Sure.
it really shows off his catalog, and he's really good at all those different genres. So we try to please everybody, and then that makes it more accessible to the originals. They really like the originals because they already have a rapport with him and like the way he does the covers. So
Well, that's what that's exactly what I saw. I heard this other thing, and it was like, okay, I know that isn't something I heard before.
Yeah.
And then I said that, and you guys yelled, it's original.
Yeah.
So see, I caught it. I was upstairs. I was setting this up.
Yeah, but I mean, like
unbeknownst to them, I knew
all that stuff stems from, like you said, like where I get my start stuff. But that's all the music we play is like mostly all the music I grew up on, and grew up sitting on the couch listening to my dad played, or they'd have the band over at the house or whatever, and just around it. I've been around music my whole life, so it's just I think I just developed like the ear for that older stuff. I just love it. I love all the new stuff too. It's good too. But like I said, I'm glad I grew up around good music.
Well, I tell you why I keep touching my face, because I'm like trying to think, and I don't usually do that when I'm talking to somebody. And I'll tell you why, because I like so many things that jostling through my head. It's like, you're right. I thought there was more than 3 people downstairs. I'm like, how many people are down there? Right. And I've had bands like that. Like, remember the band Rush? I thought there was like 9 guys on stage.
Well, it's funny, if we ended that one song tonight and I started playing Rush, and then he started playing the guitar, but like, how do you even know that? It's like a deep cut.
Right.
I was just scooping around because that's what
See what I'm saying?
hit my brain, and then he played it. I'm like, dude, what? Don't
Funny
fight.
story.
That shocked my face.
Funny
Like,
story about
shocked.
all that is, man, is so like another way I got started too is I got real big into like the Guitar Hero when it first came out, and it has all that old good, like the first one, the original Guitar Hero, the first one had like a lot of good music on it, man, like really good stuff. And I got really good on it when I was playing like expert level and stuff.
That's funny.
And my dad, being a real guitar player, was and hell, I was probably like 7 or 8 at the time.
Really?
And he was like, "Dang," he's like, "Dang, this stuff's moving fast," And I was like, yeah, and he's like, let me try that shit. So I gave it to him.
Real guitar players
And,
are horrible at
And
it.
it started going down the screen. He just, every time, like 10 seconds, he just fell. And he was like, "What? If you can play that, you need to be playing a real guitar." You know, I was like, all right. And then it wasn't probably like a year later. We was out and about one day, and we just stopped in a random music store, and there's this other younger cat, you know, around my age, probably 13 or 14, a little bit older than me, but 13 or 14. And we walked in, and he was over there playing like AC/DC, stuff like that, on like a little SG, and, you know,
Right.
in the music store. And Dad was, and I was watching him. I was like, dang, it's pretty cool, you know.
Right.
But Dad was like, "You want to play like that?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, well, pick you one out," you know. And so that's how I got my first electric guitar, man, and stuff. But yeah, man, that stuff feels like yesterday. You know, it's crazy.
Well, it's funny because, you know, and this is probably, I don't usually stereotype on people, but if I, you know, to look at you and hear you talk and, you know, and everything, I thought, okay, he's probably going to go all the way from, you know, Marshall Tucker, Molly Hatchet, all the way to Morgan Wallen and, you know, Keith Urban or something. And then it was like, but then I heard you singing, and it was like I had the R&B come out.
Yeah.
He did he got from graspy and raspy to the whole voice changed, and it was really. I was like,
we do a lot of the 90s,
I know it wasn't you singing,
but we do a lot of the 90s rock stuff, and he's really good at it. So he kind of really likes, it's kind of how we build it. Like, he's the rock and country,
right?
And it's a different sound too. He's unique, so that helps us, like, because he does have a unique tone and he's got the talent. So that's another thing that sets us apart, because no one does it like that.
Very impressive.
And he can do all
Very
that stuff.
impressive.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah, it blows my mind.
I wouldn't have done this if I thought you sucked. You know, I shouldn't say that, because there's people that go, "How come you haven't called me?"
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you know.
not on Nash Talk.
You know, I don't even care. You know what I mean? Because, you know, here's the thing. I love good people. I love good music. That's it.
Yeah.
The end. And I, you know, being a DJ, being a songwriter, being a, you know, my days are gone. I mean, I was like, I can still sing, and then I'm like, you know, I'm hitting this, and you know what I mean? And then, but so I love the fact that, you know, when I do what I do with this, it's a conversation.
Mhm.
I tell people, I go, "Well, what can you say? What can't you say? Anything you want. Can I light a cigarette? Can I smoke? Can I have a drink? You can do whatever you want.
Right.
Coffee, latte, whatever the hell he just made us. What is in this?
It's
thing?
good. I know
Tell us.
It's a foo-foo drink, but it's peachy. It's peach wine with Red Bull and peach schnapps in
Did
it.
you get that?
And usually I put a little peach Izzy, but I ran out of the Izzy fizzy. It kind of waters it down, so it's not just all boozy. But yeah, it's a cool little summery little number.
Summery drink.
Foo-foo little girl.
It is a
But it'll-
girly drink.
It'll get you where you're going.
You know, I always tell them too. I go, give me the girl drink.
It's a good sip.
I don't care. You know, I used to say anything but tequila, but that doesn't work. So anyway, God, look at my I got convertible hair.
I think your hair looks fine, man.
Yeah, I don't
Real.
care. You know, I guess I still have it.
No homo.
No. So okay. So what drives? Okay. Here's a question I'm going to ask. When I play a song at the beginning, when I started interviewing people a couple years ago in Nashville, I was thinking, okay, I'll just play something in the background and then, you know, bring on whatever. And I thought, no, I'm going to start off with the artist,
Right.
whether it's their logo, and then I go, they got to have a song.
Right.
And sometimes they have one song or 200 or whatever. And I grab the song that you guys are coming out with, the video, right?
Yes. Yeah. We got a new video coming out next Saturday.
The one I just played the song to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Uh,
And
September,
we'll end with that too. by the way.
September 13th. It'll be out. I'm looking forward to that, man. It turned out really good.
It's called
It's the song's called "Feel This Way,"
Feel This Way.
And,
Just so they know. Yeah,
yep.
okay. Feel This
and
Way.
it's out on all platforms. It's
All
out on,
platforms.
you know, the song's already out, but like I said, we're dropping a music video for it. And shout out to Half Brothers Media. They did a killer job, man. Tommy up there, he always kills it, man. It's the second one he's done for me, like this year, and it's always just him that shows up, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
how's he gonna do this by himself? And then I get the video back, and I'm like, wow, you know, it's crazy. He does a really good job. He's killer.
We made it really relaxed and fun.
Yeah, and he's easy to work with, you know. But we had an awesome venue, the shop out there in Brandenburg. They're really good to us and really good people out there. They love us. And
I hope that's your website.
So
Yes, sir.
So listen, Brandenburg is like 45 minutes away from here,
Okay.
and it's out in the sticks. And Nita and her brother started a club called The Shop. It's an old metal building that's his iron shop where he does a lot, and part of it's still that. But you go out in the boonies, and then there's this huge nightclub out of nowhere, and it's awesome. It's got an awesome stage, and that's where they allowed us to use the place, and we got people in there
Oh, that's right.
to film the
That's
video.
right. I almost went there.
Yeah. That's where we were gonna do the simulcast thing.
Yeah.
Right.
In the past.
And we did
it was good.
it with like a live setting type, video, and it was cool. Man, we had people come out and show their support, and we're in the video and everything like that. So it's really cool, man. It's nice to get all the support and stuff.
I've never seen you live,
Right.
but I know how he is. He's played with a lot of bands in Michigan and all over the place, and all the way down to Nashville and beyond. So I know that if he's playing with you, he must have a heart for you, which means that he knows that you're good enough, and you're going somewhere. And you're in the right direction. You've got a bunch of original songs. What's the song called? When I Get Home?
When I Get Home, yeah, that's my latest release. Yeah.
That's your latest release.
Yeah.
Okay, see. Now, tell me about what drives you to perform live, but also, let me ask this one first. What inspired you to come up with those two songs? Just those two right there.
Feel This Way and When I Get Home.
Sure, go ahead. Either one.
Honestly, I'll be at the house or whatever, and I'll be, fiddling on the guitar, just fiddling around and stuff, just coming up with stuff. And a lot of times, like I'll come up with something and no words will strike me at the time, and I'll just get in my truck and just drive. And then however I'm feeling, man, just, it just pops up in my head. And that's what I go with. It doesn't have to be about anybody like specific. I kind of think from a general standpoint where, when I'm writing music, I like to write it, so that anybody listening to it could feel like it's them, in that situation.
Yeah, very relatable.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So,
good. That's good.
And then yes, it stems from my heart too, and like certain things, from my past. But at the same time, it's like I'm keeping that in mind, and I'm trying to write about, so everybody can relate to it, because I don't want just me to get something out of my music. I want everybody to get something out of it.
So that's your connection with your audience.
Yeah. I try to make it about that. Yeah.
So
and make it knowing it's coming from a genuine spot. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I've also learned that you have this energy. It's a very energetic performance.
Yeah.
What is it that the audience gets from that?
Oh, well, in a live setting, man, like I said, we just get in a groove, and it's just, once we get in that pocket, it ain't no telling what we're going to do, but that's what I love about it. And
what's crazy is we're both perfectionists, and he's that way. And he just puts his whole, I tell people this for years. I only know how to do music one way, and that's to put my whole self into it. When we let the audience know that they know that we're there for them. We're there to perform them. We never belittle the audience, never treat them like they're lower than us, because that's why we're there. And this dude wears his heart on his sleeve and just puts it all out there.
Yeah.
And that's what I respect, because I do the same thing, because I can't do it any other way. Like, I've been in other bands where their energy wasn't where mine, and sometimes they'll want to get rid of it because it doesn't match. I'm like, you guys have to come up to me, and I'm not going to lower my standards or energy to fit your whatever your insecurities are. And this dude and our bass player is the same way. He reads off of us, and then we all just bring it. We try to think of it like it's your last show. And just treat the audience with respect that they deserve, and he, like, that's the only way he knows how to do music either. He just puts he'll sing till he can't talk anymore. He'll blow it out.
Like I said, there's no extra charge for mistakes, but
Right.
and I feel like, but that's part of music, because music's not, we try. No, I'm a perfectionist, don't get me wrong, and I beat myself. I'm very hard on myself, and I think that's why, being able to do this for a living, I've been doing it full time for like 3 years now. That's all I do is play music. But when I perform, man, I get lost in it, and I get so wrapped up in it. It's like I'm in a total different world, and I just pour my heart out into it. And it's like when I get done, it's like, man, I feel so much better, And but like you said, I wear my heart on my sleeve out there, and so does he. And we just try our best every time we get out there. You know what I mean? And
try to create these magic moments.
I feel like anybody watching us can, they read your energy. They don't just hear it. They feel your energy, what you're putting off. I feel like we put off really good energy, and I feel like they can relate to us, and they can kind of be there with us, at the same time.
We try to keep it up and happy and fun.
Yeah.
And like, even when we play songs in between DJ, and it's up, it's high energy. There's the jokes, we do the entertaining part. You know, he does all the funny dad jokes, which is hilarious, and I do the really stupid dad jokes to purposely be really dumb, stupid, just to laugh at each other. And, and if anybody's getting too serious, we make each other laugh. Like,
that's cool.
That's the fun thing. We're all having a good time, and we want our people to have a good time.
Yeah,
and that's genuine, and we don't fake that. And you can't, like, there's some people that just can't fake that and do it any other way. So that's the great chemistry we have between the three of us. It works. It's good.
Well, that's cool. You know, I guess I have a video loaded up. It's one of your songs. I think it's When I Get Home.
Yeah.
And because I was doing this really fast while I was listening to you.
Yeah.
But I wanted. I guess I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before I do that, and you know, it's like, what do you want the people out there that have never seen you? You know, like, you know, hey, when you come to my show, this is what you're going to get, which you kind of already just described. But also, like, what is your, for them, is, but even more so your fans or the people that follow you and things like that, what do you want them to know, like what your future goals are in the next year, 2, 3 years going on, moving forward?
Yeah, definitely. Well, like I said, I play live a lot. Like I play 4 or 5 times a week, usually on average. And then, but I do that just because it's, you know, I'm wanting to create a future for myself. But if somebody's gonna take anything away where I want to be in like a few years, you know, I just want to be able to, you know, if it never gets any further than what it is right now, don't get me wrong, I'm happy. I mean, like I'm getting to do what I love for a living. But like I said, the goal is to, of course, always progress and always push myself to the next level of stuff. And so for now, like I said, we're about to record Nashville some, and so get some more original music out in the next few years. You know, actually, I'd like to get a lot more out. You know, but it just sometimes it just takes time, man. But just anybody, you know, who hasn't heard us, just give us a chance and just take us out. And I think come out to a show and experience it, the feeling and the energy and stuff. And I feel like that's, you know, what keeps people hooked on us. You know what I mean? Is if they come out and they see us one time, then they usually love us. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any denying that. You know what I mean? Because Gary's great, Will's great. We all good people, you know, and we're coming from our heart. You know what I mean? So.
Well, you're doing like a big outside. What do they call it? Not street fair. What is it going to be? That's the 4th Street Live.
No, that's just it's like a big street concert on the main stage up there at 4th Street Live. Yeah.
Okay.
4th Street Live is a venue that's in the middle of Louisville, downtown. That they have all kinds of different acts. All the clubs are down there. There's a huge stage where they have national acts to local acts, and we're one of the local acts that gets to perform, you know, during the concert series. They do different. So that's what we're doing Friday, and then. Tell them Saturday is a big one too.
Saturday, yeah, we got Bourbon Fest in Bardstown, Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be it's huge every year. If you haven't been, you ought to come check us out.
Say that one more time so they can hear it.
It's a 3rd Street Tap House in Bardstown, Kentucky.
Okay.
And but it's for which I play there. I played there since I've started. You know, that's where I cut my teeth at. So I love that place.
Sure.
It's always a good time, and
never forget.
But it's for this weekend's a big event they have every year called Bourbon Fest.
Well, that's where the bourbon capital of the world is.
Yeah, that's the bourbon capital of the world. That's where there's more bourbon made than anywhere. Yeah. So
and then 3rd Street Tap House.
Detroit loves bourbon too. So
that's 3rd Street Tap House is wall-to-wall bourbon too. They have like the library ladders that you can have to climb on the bar.
Yeah.
It's ceiling to floor bourbons.
Man,
of all the bourbons that are made, and then, you know, so that's another
cool story about that building though. It's like the oldest building in Bardstown.
Yeah.
Like it used to be like a general store. And then it was like, I think it was a bread shop for a long time.
Right.
Yeah, there's a sign up on the front of it that you can read it and it tells you all about it. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. But
really?
And now, so 3rd Street Tap House is on the bottom row. It's just like a long shotgun building. Like the sound inside is great, you know, and they got an outside patio too. That's where we'll be at. There's 2 bars, there's a bar inside and outside. But the crazy thing is, above it are apartments that people live in. Like they still live in it to this day. So I'm like, man, I could imagine, you know, like
right.
one of the apartments that are above, like
you ain't sleep.
This place has, you know, live music 3 days a week, and then the other 2 days, like during the week, they have karaoke. So it's like there's always something going on down there. Yeah. It would be nuts.
Plenty of airplay.
It's Bourbon and Beyond, right? That's the festival. Or
no. So
that's the difference.
They do this. They do it on like the same, like the week after Bourbon and Beyond or Louder Than Life. They do. It's always the weekend after that. It's called Bourbon Fest. Yeah, Bourbon Festival or whatever.
Wow, that's cool. So, you know, if you're around the area, the biggest bourbon capital in the world.
Well, it's even crazier. Last year, these people we had to play inside because the weather could have been inclement. So we played inside. And then in front of me, these cool people. And I didn't talk to them that much, but we just changed social media stuff. and it comes out they were from right in Davison, Michigan, dude, and they went to school with people that we graduated with. You know, they knew, so they're coming back. They go every year, and they bring Michigan. So there's people that come to this thing from all over the country because it's a big deal. So Michigan people sitting in front of us the whole night didn't even know it till afterwards. And now the cool thing is they're coming back this year, and they're bringing some of our schoolmates from where we're from.
That's another reason I love playing at that place is because every time I play there, and I'll probably play there, more times than I can even think of or count, you know.
Right.
But every time I play there, man, it doesn't matter if it's a Thursday or a Friday or Saturday. It would be any time. But every time I play there, there's always people there from, you know, different parts of the country. You're always meeting new people because it's like a tourist attraction out there, you know what I mean? But so it helps spread your name out, you know what I mean? And because they're here listening to you, but they're taking your name back with them, whatever, you know what I mean? Listen to your music in their home state.
Wow, that's cool. Well, I'll tell you what, before I continue on asking a couple more questions, because we're not going to stay super, super late. We're going to get it as much as we can in, because I know it's a late night. And you guys both, you know, we're down there rehearsing like crazy. It's like, wow, they're still going. Let me play this video. I got it right here. Let's see if I can do it. All right, let's check this out. I think, well, when it comes on after we're done, you can talk about it.
Sure,
right? Tell me about what inspired you to write it.
All right, man.
All right, check this out from Dylan West.
Been another long night driving south 65. The road's been wearing on me. Called you on the phone, told you that I'm coming home. Just took exit 91C. It's been too long since we've been alone, and I know that you'd agree. But girl, I'm almost a railroad drive, so leave the porch light on for me. Yeah, when I get home, I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna show you how much that you've been on my mind. We'll turn the cell phones on and dim down the light. Yeah, when I get home, I'm gonna take my time. This guitar in these random city bars, wondering when I'll see you again. Wishing I was home, loving up on you, and I'm staying at the Holiday Inn. Well, I had some fun, but now I'm on the run back home to my best friend. And tonight we'll get it right when we turn out the lights. Gonna show you why you love me again. When I get home, I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna show you how much that you've been on my mind. Turn the cell phones off and dim down the light. Yeah, when I get home, I'm gonna take my time. Loving you time. Gonna show you how much that you've been on my mind. Turn the cell phones off and dim down the light. Yeah, when I get home, I'm gonna take my time. Yeah, when I get home, I'm gonna take my time. Loving you tonight.
Yeah, turn the mic back on. Turn it back on because you could hear it's probably talking in the back, so I had to kill the mic. But yeah, we're like, I was getting ready to break out of like after the first verse, and then they went into a little bit of a, then it changed, and then the bridge, and the guitar solo.
Yeah.
Like, now we're just gonna play the whole thing. It was good. It was really good. It sounded. We're listening to it through a Bose speaker right now, and he was looking at my mic. I goes, "That sounds pretty good." I go, "No," but you know what? I really like it. It was very clean. Who did the production for that?
That was from a guy named Alex Speller out in Lexington.
Really?
Yeah, just
Yeah, that was clean.
from my home studio. Yeah, it's
Very clean. Very well done.
Me and
Good
him, we did 3 songs together, and he was, he worked 3 songs for me, and he does a good job, man. He's easy to work with, and throws out ideas at you, you know what I mean? And y'all just kind of, and he's really easy to work with, That's what was the main thing, and he takes his time, you know what I mean? Because it's just him, but so that wasn't no big like major production thing or nothing. That was, like I said, just me and one other guy in a home studio. So
yeah. Well, it's funny because the whole time you're not even looking at the camera. You're just into your own thing.
Yeah.
You're singing in solos and whatnot, and then he turns and looks at the camera. That was a money shot right there. Right, I'm looking at Gary. But it was like that's your connect moment right there with the audience. I like that. It's like when they did that in the movies. Remember that?
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff. Anyway, so what's that about for you? What inspired that song?
Honestly, I was just got done with a gig one night, and I was on my way home from the gig, man, and it was like last gig of the week or whatever. And like I said, I play a lot. I play so much, and some of the places I play, 2-3 hours away sometimes, and I was just on my way back from a gig, man, and I just got this little melody in my head, and I just was like, you know what, like I'm in the mood. I need to write something to that because I had it, I had this thought, and it just like I act on it, and then whatever comes from it, just what happens. But I was just on my way home from a gig one night, and I just came up with that first little line, and then I just started just building off of it. But I just thought about, people you miss at home and whatever, whether it's your wife or your girlfriend or whoever.
Yeah, no, that's
trying to make it, and it could be for a truck driver or whoever, anybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it touches a lot of spots right there. Yeah.
I don't really talk about it being necessarily about music until the second verse. So, you know what I mean? The first verse pretty much just, for all you know, it's just a guy driving down the road, one night, and then he's been on the road for a while. So, yeah.
So you put your heart into those songs, and I know you've got more songs. So your genre for that, I mean, it sounded more like like kind of country rock a little bit.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for.
Yeah. Well, that's big in Nashville.
Yeah,
I mean,
I love that.
You're in the right. You're in the right trajectory as far as getting to that.
Yeah.
So that you're in a good thing, but at the same time, I also applaud you for being so versatile.
Right.
The R&B, the alternative, the classic rock, all the and that's what keeps the audiences going. I mean, I even see country acts, embrace the pop culture.
I mean, in my opinion, there's just good music is good music. It doesn't a genre doesn't make music good to me. You know what I mean? It's if you hear something and it makes you move or it touches your heart or makes you puts you in a good mood or makes you think about a loved one or whatever. Just good music's good music. Period. At the end of the day,
right. Yeah, no, I think you did. I think you did really good. And I like I said, I heard you sing, heard you play. We get to see you on the video right there. Giving everyone out there a chance, because there will be people that will be watching this later,
exactly,
hour after hour, day after day, and whatever. I know that on Facebook now, we used to be able to sustain them, but that's why we have a YouTube version of Nash Talk where it's still on there. Plus, we actually permanently record these live, so he's going to have access to the full, and of course the clip versions.
Sweet.
So you guys share them, tell your friends, show people, and hopefully one day, maybe years from now, your kids or grandkids or whoever, your loved ones will see it and say, "Wow, that was me."
Absolutely, yeah.
I've talked to some super famous people in my lifetime. I've talked to people that have worked with super famous people and people that are really well known. And I see people that whatever. I was with the very first person that I actually tried to help, and we did a lot of stuff like that. And I believed in him because he wondered if he sucked. And I said, "No, man." Well, he didn't suck, but he thought that the way they treated him in Nashville, they did.
Right. It's a tough spot, man. It's a tough place. It's I've heard a lot of guys that go down there, and music's just one of those things. It just, I believe there's a spot for everybody in music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Nashville's just a competitive. I mean, like I said, it's the city of music. It's a competitive spot. You know what I mean? You don't go down there and not mean business. You know what I mean? If you're going down there, you better be ready. You know what I mean? Because if you ain't ready, you're going to get ready real fast. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, that's
Or give up.
Or give up. Yeah. But I don't have that in my heart, man. I grew up as a wrestler and stuff like that. So I have that.
you got that drive.
I have that mindset of like, well, you know what? If I fail this time, then I'm gonna get back up. I'll show you next time.
Yeah,
You
drive.
might beat me once, you ain't gonna beat me twice. You know what I mean? That's how,
Yeah,
that's how I think, you know.
yeah. You can't keep me down.
Yeah.
Well, he goes, you got to get back up, move.
You knock me down. Why don't you try knocking?
Adrian.
That's how winning is done, right? So, well, that's cool. Yeah, no. As a matter of fact, that kid went on to be the lead singer for Firehouse, so that helps, Jenny. But so I applaud the artist. I applaud the songwriter. I push for it. I root for it. I move, because I think that's part of the music industry that lacks these days. It's all about, who can get me to where. And it's like, you know what, if you have the right reasons, the right goal, I think that, and it may not always work for everyone, but I think that you will have a core of people, like you said. If it doesn't
Absolutely
get to that level, at least you're surrounded by good people.
Well, and that's the thing for me too. It's as a full-time musician, it's how I pay my bills. So if I had, if I was doing it just as like a side gig or whatever, then I'd have more time to do certain things. But like I said, that's how I pay my bills. So I'm trying to. It's tough being an independent musician because you have to balance. I got bills to pay, so I have to play these gigs.
Mhm.
But then you got to fit in time. All right, but I need to write some music. I need to get with the guys, let them know this, and I got to promote all this and everything. It's just a lot to deal with, and then writing music in itself is not. I wouldn't say it's necessarily hard, but it's frustrating at times because it's like you get writer's block, and you write half a song and then you put it in your notes and you just leave it there, and then you may not finish writing it till months later, but it's just part of it. But I hate writer's block, man.
It's only 20, 30 years to write. Forgive it. Even if you don't know.
Heart of the matter.
Heart of the
Yeah,
Matter.
yeah.
It took 30 years for Don Henley.
Is that right?
I got the color
To that song. That's one of my jams. So there's no
Love that
time
song.
limit on it, but
It's a great song.
if it takes Don Henley
Love the Eagles,
20, 30
man.
years, then you're good. You're okay. A couple year and a half.
You know what's
Love the
funny?
Eagles, man.
I took them for so for granted when I was a kid, and I had the greatest hits.
Yeah.
One of these nights, and it wasn't my favorite song.
One of these nights, I love that song.
But then all of a sudden, it grew on me, and then next thing you know, I got the album, and I heard today, "Take It to the Limit," and you hear, "Sweet," they're all fighting
Man,
to hit the higher
The
note.
thing about the Eagles, that's what Eagles are probably my definitely top 3 bands of all time. Man, I love the Eagles. Everything they have is just musical, and every musician in that band, even to this day, are like
monsters.
legends. They're just monsters, dude. I'm like, holy crap.
They were considered a super group. They were considered either rock and roll, or country. So they became like a country.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody
Yeah.
knew what to call them.
But one of these nights, man, that's a hell of a song. Man. I love that song. It gives me when that solo breaks out.
They
You know what I mean?
couldn't do any wrong.
they
Their albums
kill me
couldn't
on
go
that, man.
Life in the Fast Lane.
Yeah.
Hotel
Joe,
California.
That's one on the
Joe Walsh, you know.
The dude, that's one of the ones we were gonna.
That's the bomb. I used to work out to that.
Hell yeah.
Was that
Yeah,
Joe Walsh?
that's what's
Joe
funny.
Walsh is
Well, what's hilarious too is like
the guitar
him,
riff.
That's what's crazy. Like his age, like some of the song choices he'll pick is like really cool because it's like it's exciting because it's like ones that I wouldn't think he would even know, let alone pick. And then it's fun for us.
That's a great
being
shortcut. I'm gonna tell you that
Well,
right
being
now.
the senior guy in the band, going through like it's cool. He's picking some stuff that was cool for me, even in forming my.
Well, it's because you're literally my dad's age. Like you and my dad are the same age. So like I grew, and my dad didn't listen to all like the like all the new stuff. Like when I was growing up, man, my dad had a Hank Williams Jr. CD, and Eagles CD, Bob Seger,
Oh, yeah.
just all that Leonard Skinner, and so all that stuff is like
Well, it's good stuff.
that's what like I feel. That's what I grew up on. Like
It's kind of old soul. He's got a musical. Old
definitely, I feel like I was definitely born.
That's
As
perfect.
yeah, so
Yeah, 'cause
I love that old stuff, man. You just can't. They'll never ever be able. I wish I could bring it. You could bring it back, and I'm trying to do that a little bit, but man, it's just hard, man. Those guys were good, man. It was really good stuff.
There's a lot of people. You'll see that in Nashville, like all those bars are packed with people that want to hear stuff that's older than the people playing it.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. Unless you go to the DJ parts, but other than that, no, the main spots are all jammed up. You know,
Merle Haggard. And all
I
that
mean,
stuff too.
I don't even want to hear Bohemian Rhapsody anymore. If I hear Freebird one more time,
Yeah.
Funny story about that one is, so obviously you always get heckled in bands, and that's one everybody gets.
Freebird.
So Dylan's like, you know what, dudes, we're gonna learn that, and here's what we're gonna do. We're not just gonna learn it and do it. We're gonna go ham on it. So that's one of our $100. You know, we make sure somebody's gonna pay for it first.
Right,
to
right.
Yeah,
tip
the
us
funny
good,
story about that, man, is like
but we go nuts.
we were playing all these gigs out at Stagger Inn in Lexington. It's like a college bar, and every night,
all
every
the
night
youngins were calling.
there was all these college,
right?
they're hammered. And they're
Skinner.
between every song, Freebird, Freebird. I was like, all right, that's $100 song. I said, I don't care if everybody in the room, gave us $100 and puts it in there,
Yeah.
but we're not playing it until there's $100 in there. So, but we had never played it as a group, and I got to talk to the guys. I was like, we should probably rehearse that and go ahead and learn it, because I'm telling you what's going to happen. I'm going to say that one day, and then sure enough, somebody's going to throw $100 up there, and then we're going to be like, shit,
Right.
I said, at least I need to learn it, for note,
And they have.
and,
So
so then we rehearsed it, learned it and rehearsed it a few times and stuff, and then sure enough, it wasn't like a couple gigs later, somebody did do it, and I was like, see, I'm so glad that we
The
did
chance
it.
But
favors
what's funny though
Yeah.
is, like, we'll take it, we'll do the original part, and then it breaks down the fast part and the ending.
Mhm.
This dude goes crazy. Well, he does all the crazy guitar stuff, and then we're just going ham. Like, I'm playing as hard as I can. Will's just strumming his ass. Like, we
Slapping the bass.
take it and make it a big production. Like, do the big rock
Try to.
ending and go just stupid nuts, like way over the top than you should.
Well, it's hard. I mean, when you're three-piece, you have to have
Yeah,
to
so
make
we have
compensate.
to, but also it's fun because the crowd,
They love it.
The
They
last
eat it
time
up.
we played 4th Street, they went absolutely ape crap over it. It was funny because they were like, and then he does this solo thing. We just let him go. And he's behind the thing doing his teeth.
Oh,
he's
man.
doing the crazy. It's funny because then it's funny to us, and then it actually makes it okay for us to do the song because
Yeah.
it's entertaining for us too. So
Well-
it's not like we're like, oh god. here
And
we go.
I feel sorry for those guys sometimes, because I mean, sometimes, man, I love to play, and but it's like when you get in the zone,
Yeah.
sometimes you just gotta let yourself ride that way for a little bit and just
Yeah.
feel it. You know what I mean? And that's I'll be honest with you, I've gained more, as a musician, like as far as I've learned more playing in a live setting, playing in front of people. Like, it's like, okay, well, here we are. I'm on a lead break, and we've never played this song live before, but I'm gonna go for it. You know what I mean? And then sometimes you ace it, and then sometimes you might hit a few little wrong notes, but then next time you play, you're like, I know when I'm playing here, I don't need to hit this. I don't need to be a half step right down here. I need to be up here with it, whatever on this string. And I've learned so much from that
But
kind of
it's
stuff.
creating
And
that magical moment.
Exactly.
We create a magical moment, a rock star crazy moment though, and making fun of ourselves and the song and just blowing it out. Like, all right, if we're gonna do this thing, we're gonna go above and beyond and make it crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
And then but it works. It's really entertaining and it makes it fun. So you're
And
not like
the three-piece thing is fun to me too, because I've had to find ways to do certain things on the guitar that allow me to be able to play 2 or 3 guitar parts at the same time. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like
right,
Hotel
right.
California, for instance. I mean, I've never seen anybody because you have to capo that song, on the guitar to play the intro and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
The way they play it, and I just transposed the solo with a capo on, because that way I could, because that solo is not played with a capo on. You know,
Right,
usually,
right,
so that way I can play the intro and do the solo and all that stuff without ever having to like mess with nothing. You know what I mean?
that's usually one of our
Yeah,
finale songs.
I love that song.
That's our finale song of the night that shows up. Really, his thing and the solo. People are captivated by the solo
Mhm.
because he goes off again, and we just let him go off, and it's awesome. Like we just
And I had a drummer tell me one time before Gary came back with us, he looked at my set list and he's like, man, I'm not playing Hotel California. We're in a 3-piece band. I said, dude, I'm telling you,
it
we
works.
can do it.
It's
like,
cool.
I'm telling you, I can do it. And he's like, I'm not doing it. And then we played it. And then he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, see, man, you'll count nothing out. You know what I mean? You can do
Yeah.
it.
Well, you got to think big.
There's no restrictions to
Yeah.
music,
Yeah.
And the bass player is
absolutely.
accomplished, so he's filling things in, and then being a seasoned guy, you have to have a certain amount of ego in a good way and confidence to be able to go on stage, and we have the confidence to be able to pull those things off
Mhm.
because everybody's got the wisdom and the musicality to do it. So I've never even thought twice about any of these songs, because when you're hearing him do it,
Mhm.
if the vocals are there and he's got the lead licks there, then
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, yeah.
let's do it. Because then Then when you're just as a 3-piece, then people are really blown away because it's like,
Yeah, you're pulling stuff off that
We-
most people don't.
we
yeah.
opened up this big festival with a buddy of mine, big Beatles tribute band in town. They're one of the best. They're awesome musicians.
Right.
And the best thing their guitar player said when we were done is like, you sound big, all 6 of you. So that's a compliment. You know, it sounded
Wow.
like there were 6
Yeah,
people
yeah,
on stage when there's
absolutely.
only 3. And that meant, and he was serious. He wasn't just, you know, those guys are good friends of ours and they're, and they meant it. So to have a full sound and have these guys be able to fill in that stuff and do that's fun, you know. And then it makes it easier for us to get along because there's only 3 of us, and then payment wise it's easier. Everything production's easier,
Yeah.
so it makes everything easier. And
Absolutely.
try to ride out the 3-piece thing as long as we can.
In which
do it.
I,
You know, at some point, we'll have to add
me doing
something.
this full time, you know, I play. I love playing with the band. Like I really do.
Mhm.
I love. I mean, I look forward to that at the end of the week of my gigs and stuff. But if you ain't doing nothing during the week, whatever, you can always catch me. Just follow me on Facebook or TikTok or all that kind of stuff. You could catch me on like, you know, I do a lot of solo stuff too. You know, acoustic stuff, and which I love that. I love that in a sense too. But when I play with the band, I just get to open up. You know, what I mean, I ain't got to worry about. Because I use a looper and that kind of stuff, and
Well, that's cool too.
yeah,
because,
it's cool.
Like
But
him doing
I was
the
wondering if
solo-
you have a looper on
Here's
your
the
oh
thing.
yeah, yeah.
him doing the solo thing, the looper thing, he's filling it in too.
Mhm.
And so that helps him in the band to fill in the sound too, because he carries some of that over into the band.
Yeah.
Because he's doing it as a solo act and will fill it in, and that adds a cool.
I have a little drum
special-
pad that I do
Yeah,
when I'm
it adds to our
solo.
band.
Yeah.
So I have like an octave pedal stuff. So I'll play like the chord progression, and then I'll play the bass line over top of it with that. I hit that octave pedal that drops my guitar like a whole octave down.
Mhm.
So then my guitar sounds like a bass, you know. So then I can do the bass line with it, and then I'll hop to a different channel and I'll do the drum pad on it. And so then then I pretty much have a 3-piece band in a little box. You know what I mean? That I can control it,
It worked for Ed Sheeran.
and it's cool,
You know
man.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You put a whole orchestra together. And
Yeah, yeah.
How he does it. You
But
know,
it's
so
cool. He brings that into the band to fill in the sound.
That's
And it-
cool.
and it adds to our.
And I get to
that,
practice.
you have the keyboard in that? Or?
I have I've just recently started learning keyboard stuff about 6 months ago. I can play a few songs on it. Yeah, but I'd like to. I told him a few gigs back. I said by this time next year, I want to be good enough on the keyboard where I could get up here and bring the keyboard to the gig and just play like 2 or 3 songs on the keyboard. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that'd be cool, man.
They booed Eddie Van Halen for doing it, and that was just, that was just Richard.
Rock guy.
Yeah, I'm like, leave him alone, and try to play jumper or whatever without it. But anyway, well, let's see. We've covered where you're going to be playing. We got some of your songs, shown a video.
If we don't cover anything in this interview or whatever that you'd like to know,
Show, bro.
just check out the website dylanwestmusic.com right there, and it'll tell you. I'll have bands in town, like a forum on there where you can find where we'll be playing at, and links to all the
Merchandise, how to get
we have
pay for
merch.
your music,
I have
buy
mer-
songs,
have merch
buy
on
the
there.
t-shirts,
All the
buy him a t-shirt. Look at he lost his sleeves.
all the music platforms and all that stuff, Spotify and Apple Music stuff. It's all on there, and then anything you'd like to know about me or the band, it's on there. So go check it out.
Pay for a tattoo.
Yeah, we need.
Show him some of your.
It ain't too bad, man. I
Look at that, man.
mean, it's all right, but
It's
I
time
need to get
grow-
it filled in.
The sleeve. He's putting the sleeve
Get it filled
together.
in, but no.
Gary, I don't know what he's got back there. One's a
couple things. One's a
pregnant hamster, and what's the other one?
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh,
But another thing exciting about the band coming up is so some people that know me, I mean, obviously you know this, but
Yeah.
when we record next, we have a good friend that we met after he bought the Spotify studios in Nashville, and he's producing
yeah,
my nephew Oliver Steele, and it sounds unbelievable.
who's a
So-
killer guy, who's a killer, person and musician,
Yeah.
singer, man.
So Dylan
He's
got to
great.
go meet with Asher, and that's where we're gonna start recording the next.
Wow,
stuff.
that's good stuff.
So it's gonna take the
Last but not least,
the production level is going to go up like a million. But the cool thing is Asher is passionate like we are, even though he's a producer and
Yeah.
his instruments, the studio, he doesn't put out anything junk just to take somebody's money. He cares, and he really he hit it off with Dylan,
Mhm.
and so that's our next step for Dylan is, and then we'll probably be on it too. We'll record together. But Asher really liked Dylan's stuff, and he's real passionate about
Yeah, he's
that.
really cool, dude.
He had to have a good feel about it. So
And then-
that's the next step for Dylan is
Yeah. So with
It's gonna be
that
good.
being said, it's gonna be a great production, and but with like I said, you pay for what you get. So it's gonna be a little bit more. But so with that said, if anybody's, we're looking for sponsors, if anybody be interested. And then, like I said, it's, I got different tiers and stuff that would come with that. You don't have to necessarily,
Don't be shy. Tell them.
you don't have to like spend a whole bunch of money. There's different levels you can spend. You can spend 200 or 6 or whatever. You can spend however much you want or whatever. But there'll be different levels to it, stuff. And we'll be, I'm gonna have a banner made up with, it says, thank you to our sponsors, and I'll have everything added to like our social media flyers and any type of advertisements like that. So, like I said, if anybody be interested in sponsoring, we'd love to help you advertise and help grow your business too.
Wow, so it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Good stuff. I like that. All right, man, that's great. I don't know what else we have to add. I mean, if you want to say one last word to your future fans or anything else, the floor is yours. And then if you want to add after that, it's up to you. But this is Dylan's moment to shine.
Well, thank y'all for taking your time and to watch this, and we appreciate you. Thank you for all the support, and come out to a show, come check us out. We greatly appreciate it. We'd love to play a song or two for you if we can. And thanks to Gary, man. He's a badass drummer. Check him out. Canopus Drums, check him out. He's a endorser for them. That's their badass drum company. He's killer, dude. And just thank you to all of my support team, and thank anybody who believes in me and is here on the journey with me. So thank y'all.
And we'd
I'll
like
be
to thank
careful.
Chris Anthony. Thank
Yeah,
you for
thank you,
having
brother.
us on
Oh, man,
Ashdown,
anytime, brother.
This thing is really blowing. I'm really proud of you and everything you've done with the show. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you too, man.
I love you, man. We know that.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm glad I met you, man. You're,
Sure, no
you're a
doubt.
nice young man, very well spoken, very versatile. I love learning people as I'm going along. Just when I think, well, maybe I know enough. No, you surprised me, and I hope you surprised a lot of people. Were sharing this stuff out there, and more people can share it. So even though it's late night, and there might be a few hundred people watching it by midnight, it turns into a bigger, better thing. And if a good chunk of you can support the band and Dylan by coming to see a show or supporting him online,
Or better yet, just if you want to support us, just listen to our original music. Go check out, it's right at the tip of your fingers on your devices or whatever. Just get on Spotify or get on social media and give us a follow and check us out, man. That'd be great.
And the new video next weekend.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, don't forget about that. Yeah,
yeah,
it's really good. I'm looking forward to that.
What's crazy is we feel the vibe, like the Kentucky people when they get behind something. It's a lot like Michigan music fans. I'm serious. They're very close. Like Michigan people and this Kentucky family here, when they get into somebody, they like somebody, they go balls to the wall forward, and it's starting to happen for us. We feel the energy, the mojo. So people here are really starting to notice Dylan a little more, and we feel it, and it's exciting, and it's just the best. Some of the best people you'd want to come to your shows and supporting you too. So the love goes both ways. I get to see that happen too. I'm in it, but I get to sit back and watch it happen too, and we feel that that momentum starting to really hit. So it's an exciting thing to see.
Absolutely.
Dylan's a great young artist. It's got a lot of
he's ahead of you.
Yeah, man. It's
Yeah.
really. It can
I'm
be
trying not
really
to take
good.
it for granted though. I'm trying to, try to
Yeah.
hustle, man. Trying to get it while I can, because I know it's time. It just each year, I feel like, like I said, I'm still young.
Don't be old like me.
I'm just 27, but still every year, man, it just like goes by a little. Goes
born in 98.
But I've already noticed though, man. I've already noticed that every year it starts going by a little bit quicker. And I'm like, shit. I'm like, gosh dang, man. Like,
10 years
Like,
ago,
slow down,
yesterday.
Yeah.
Damn, you gotta slow down, man. You're killing me. You're killing me. You know what? All right. Well, listen, I'm gonna wrap this up, but thank you, Gary, for being back there. But this guy right here, one more time, I got to give it
Dylan
to
West.
Dylan West,
Thank you.
everybody. And I'll just leave with this. You guys can stay on screen. By the way, the guys in Nashville I met at the Vinyl Lounge, Wayne from Element 117, the guys from the Tennessee Mob or the Blues Mob, you guys, all of you, and there's a whole bunch more. I will be interviewing randomly and remotely from Detroit, the Motor City, from a studio that we put together the last 6 months. I will be returning to Nashville later this year. But in the meantime, come on out, bring your best stuff. We've got some really, major artists that have come on to the Nash Talk page, and we're trying to support everybody, get everybody to network together. It's a family,
That's what it's about.
and that's what help the little guy get up or girl, and vice versa. And it's going to be it's a nice family feeling. It isn't just about me. I mean, I'll share podcasts. I don't even care. Everybody needs to win. I know people are afraid of this and the oversaturation or the AI. No, if you got a good heart, you got a good talent. It's still a long stretch, but you know what? Keep fighting. And if you got the willpower, you got the drive and the work ethic like these guys do, you might get somewhere. At the very least, you get some paid gigs and meet a lot of people, and it's better than staying at home, right?
And you're going to say you tried.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go. That was very well. Yeah, that's right. I like that. See, I'm getting bonus out of that. All right. In the meantime, I'm going to play us out with his new song. What's it called?
When I get home.
No,
Feel This Way?
Feel This Way.
That's
Coming
on-
out.
Yeah, it's one of the music videos coming out next Saturday, 13th. Yes,
All
sir.
right. So this is the song right here. Yeah. Guys, peace out. Thanks for joining us.
That is the truth. I don't know where I'd be if I didn't have you. I was living my life all wrong, but all that changed on the day you came along. I used to pass out on the living room floor, drink until I can't think no more. Then you came and took all that away. And it's the end of those days, and I can honestly say that I've tried it all, but you're the only thing that can make me feel this way. Used to pass out